Lady Katherine Marie, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I do have a proper video coming, but I just want to let you know a little bit about me first. This place is what I hope is a place where I can just share all of my endeavors, the things I get up to. It could be like historical sewing, cooking, baking, maybe like a book talk or something. Just anything that I enjoy, and I hope you will as well. I do want to talk a little bit about Victorian ladies' clothes, because that's what I'll be working on in my first couple of videos. So just to give you a bit of background information, so that you know what I'm talking about. So the Victorian era started in 1837, and it lasted until 1901. And this is when Queen Victoria I reigned. And so I personally love the Victorian era because of, you know, the big skirts, and just like the silhouettes. And I also like the Edwardian era, and yeah. So the Victorian era, and really all historical clothing, has quite a number of layers and pieces put into the dress. And so I do have this book that I hope I can use to explain it, so you know what I'm talking about. So your first layer consists of drawers, which are basically their underwear, but it's open right here. And then also stockings would be put on probably here. And then over top of that, you have your decency skirt, which is just a thin skirt, and it's pretty much there in case a big gust of wind came along and blew your skirt. And of course, your drawers are open, so that's why it's there. And then your shoes would be put on now as well. Then over top of that goes your chemise. This is not lined up. And your chemise is, well, chemise means blouse or shirt, I believe, in French. But it's there just to protect your outer clothes from you, essentially, because, I mean, you'd probably like the oils from your skin, but also they didn't bathe very often, so it essentially protects the outer clothes that you want to be nice and long-lasting. And this is much easier to wash than all the fancy lace stuff. Then over top of that is your corset and your crinoline. Most people know what a corset does. It's basically to make your hips wider and your bust bigger, and it's essentially through illusions. Sometimes just by wearing a corset, you can kind of give that effect, but you can also lace down, which will slim your waist, and there it makes both of those things look larger. Then you can also wear crinoline. Crinoline did not have to be worn, but it was usually worn because it would make everything much lighter, because the alternative would have been layers upon layers of petticoats, and this is just like a bunch of fabric all bunched up that makes your skirt really big. So yes, these could, so either your crinoline or petticoats could be worn. Sometimes they would both be worn. It's just preference. If you weren't wearing petticoats though, you would have a petticoat to go over top to cover your crinoline, and just to make sure that it doesn't snag on any of your other skirts or anything. And then you would also have a camisole or a corset cover, which basically does the same thing except for your bodice protecting. And then over top, this is again not lined up because back page is coming out, but you would have your actual skirt and your bodice, the dress. And then, of course, these are some essentials that you must have. This is still not very well lined up. I tried to fix it, but anyways. If you're going out, you would need a hat, hat or bonnet, a parasol, and a shawl or a cape. And you would always need ruffles at the bottom of your skirt. And this was basically to protect your skirt, because you'd be walking outside, it would be floor length, be on the ground, and so these it was just like fabric that would be it'd be easy to take off, and so you could either throw it away or wash it and then put something new back on. It just keeps it looking nice and tidy. And if you would also always need gloves, and a fan if you're going to a ball. So that is the Victorian outfit. I hope that gives you a better understanding. Anyways, this is just, yeah, a place where I hope to put some stuff just like a bunch of different things. I don't really know what I'll be putting here, so if you have an idea, please let me know. I am not a professional in any of these areas, especially not videography and editing, so please bear with me. Yeah, that's kind of it for right now. If you think you'll be interested, please subscribe, that way you know when I post, and I'll see you next time, I guess. Okay?